Good afternoon, everybody. We're here with a friend of Planet Drum, Karl Brazil, who we met on Music Max 2016 this year in Frankfurt.
Nice to see you again. Last time was in Milan. No, Rome. It was in Rome. I think I had a beard then. I've had a shave for you today. But nice to see you. I love the way you pronounce my surname. I think you say did you say Brazil? It's quite interesting that because a lot of people ask me where my name comes from. Because you wouldn't, the name Brazil, how most people pronounce it, it actually originates from Ireland. My family are Irish, but in Ireland they say Brazil. It's Karl Brazil. So you actually say it right. So it's spelled it's Brazil, but apparently it originates from Portugal when you go way back. So there's a little bit of info for you.
Well, so your family originates from Irish, so we have to say you're a tough guy, as all Irish people.
I'm good at travelling. The Irish have a reputation for being tough and hard working, I guess. And when you go to Ireland and you see how people live and earn, my family, my dad lived on sort of a farm and. Had a lot of a tougher upbringing than I did, that's for sure. But the Irish are great. The Irish are always smiling. Yeah, they love their music. They wear their heart on the sleeve. I think it's fair to say. That's why I did that Celtic track today, because it makes people smile. Celtic music. Whenever I hear Celtic music, and sat there with a pint of Guinness, I'm so happy.
And it was so.
I didn't get the Irish accent now. I was stuck with this Birmingham accent. My dad moved to England when he was 12, and now his accent has gone as well, but I'd much prefer to have an Irish accent than a Birmingham one, but never mind. Can't have everything.
Yeah, you can have everything, yes. The show today was amazing, and it's lucky for you, but we couldn't get in. There were so many people who have to watch it from the outside.
Do you know, it's a good job he didn't get in, because it was like 60 degrees. I don't know, I should explain what drum camp is. Drum camp, I think it's a brilliant concept. I think it's a great idea. They have all the drum sets on display outside, so people can walk around and look at all the drums, which is great. And then when you go into the room, it's like playing in a living room, really. It's quite small, and it's a big PA. It's quite loud, but I think it's a chance for people to get up close and personal, and see a drummer doing what they do on a live. That's why I chose to do some tracks from the live tours that I do today, so people can see right on top of what's actually going on. It's quite an exciting environment that I guess many people don't get to be in, so I think it's a good thing. I think there'll be a few more of these, I would have thought. I'm sorry you couldn't get in, but if you'd have got in, you'd have looked as red as I do and hot. We should have done this before, shouldn't we? Never mind.
We've seen it from the outside, though, that you were really sweating a lot.
I always sweat. Somebody said today, if you're playing for 45 minutes or whatever it was, if you don't come out sweating, there's a problem. But, you know, I sweat easy when I do sport. If I play squash, it takes me an hour after to stop. My body just goes into... It's nothing to do with last night. But, no, I did find it incredibly hot today. But I think it's quite funny. The fan that was behind us, it broke. So that's why I was just toweling myself down. But I think it's good to sweat on the kit. You feel like you've been to the gym. I feel fresh now. I could do with a shower. I don't smell, do I? I'm all right. No, it's good. I always sweat. Even if I'm in the studio, I get a sweat on. I like it. It's good. If I'm doing Mr. Bojangles, I don't think I'd sweat. But most of the music I play, it's from here. I guess it's the way I play. I'm very expressive, and I've charming. That was quite loud.
Louder than that.
That was louder than the snare drum. I think she's laughing. Like. Yeah, I push myself, and I play. I hit quite hard, and I live for the moment on the drums. I think about nothing else when I play the kit other than what I'm supposed to be doing, looking at the set list, making sure I'm focused and switched on. Just focusing and concentration can make you sweat sometimes, but yeah, I just like to give it all, you know, and that's just the way I am. But sweating's a good thing, I think. I'm going through a lot of clothes here over the next few days. I've got no t-shirts left.
A lot of work for the laundry. So
Yeah.
let's talk about something else than sweat.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yes, yes. We've met, as you said, last year, so we already talked about Karl Brazil.
That's fine. You say that correct. It's fine. Karl Brazil.
And the friends from Planet Drum, they can watch the other interview from last year until now. What did you do, and what are your new things that you're working on?
So let's just rewind. You came to the festival in Rome. After that, we did quite a few more festivals. We did a lot of Scandinavia with Robbie. Excuse me. And then we took the show to Australia. We had a little break. We took the show to Australia, which was fantastic. That was arenas. And then I came home and did quite a bit of studio work, really. I've been writing a bit of music, been working with some new artists. There's lots of great new music coming out of the UK, which I'm sure you'll get to hear about. I did a good album last year with Mika, well, towards the end of the year into January, and I've just played on a Jamie Callum track, which is fantastic. He seems to be doing a bit more of a poppy record, so that was fun as well. But it's kind of been nice to be at home, just living a bit of a normal life. I think if you're touring, it's good to have a rest from it, because it easily becomes all a bit of a blur if you're just constantly on the road, which I was for a while, and now I've got the appetite to tour again. So it's good. I think variety's the key. I love studio work as well. I kind of would hate to miss out on studio work. I like to do a bit of both. Yeah, and also it's important to see family. You know, that's the one thing I've learned. And that my son is getting bigger.
How old is he now?
He's 5. Finley's 5, going on 15. But he's really fun to be with. Funny little thing. And the more personality that comes out with the kids, the more you miss them. You know, it's like he's a little mate now. So yeah, he's had his drums pat down recently because he was a bit naughty, but it's okay. But he hasn't asked for them back, so maybe he's not. I don't mind. You know, I really don't mind if he doesn't play drums. I think there's been enough drums around, so hopefully he'll be a singer or do something else. So who knows? Yeah.
He likes to play the drums, but he doesn't want to study.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's all. All these things I'm learning is not. He's football mad at the minute, my lad. But we're trying to make sure that he's not too focused on one thing. But he's doing great. I'm very proud of him.
Maybe he'll be a sportsman. Something that we know that you love sports. You do a lot of sports, so maybe he'll be a sportsman.
Well, he loves sport. I love sport as much as I do music. I love the way sport makes me feel. I love going to watch my local team, although I think we just missed out on the playoffs. But I just love the headspace it puts me in sport, and he's the same. So I'm trying to hold back his enthusiasm. But he's 5, you know, so he's finding everything out for himself. It's great.
So you said you play with Mika. Mika is having a great success also in Italy. He speaks Italian. And and he does commercials on TV. So you probably be in Italy with him?
No, I don't play with Mika live. I do a lot of records with people. The only live touring I do is James Blunt, Feeder, and Robbie Williams. I find myself playing on. I did Gary Barlow's last album. I've done some Take That's records. I've done the Mika album, but I'd never tour with these people. So it's down to producers can call you to do something, and you don't know what it's going to be until you get there sometimes. And it's a nice surprise, but it never means if you're recording with someone, it doesn't mean that you're going to. Same with Jason. The Jason Mraz album I did is one of my favourite live albums. I'd love to have played with him live, but it just never came to that. But it's quite nice. And I'm very lucky to get these opportunities to play on these records. The Mika album, I think I'm on maybe 3 or 4 tracks. It's a good record, really, really good. I'm glad to hear it's doing well.
You've been with James Blunt in Italy. We were there, but we didn't have the chance to meet you, though. It was, am I wrong if I say 2 years ago?
Yes, I think it was after the stadium tour with Robbie. It was a great venue, actually. I remember that place. Do you know why I remember that place? Because I think I had a bad tooth, so I had to go to the dentist. It was that bad. After sound check, I was in the chair. And but that was a great venue, and it's great going back out with James. I mean, he's a great guy. He's a very, very, very funny guy. Very different environment playing for James. It's there's no click tracks. It's all on monitors, no in-ears. Great bunch of guys. Very small team, but really, really nice people. And his music is so dynamic. There's not a lot going on, so what you do, you have to be so precise. You have to listen to everyone else. Very dynamic, but I love playing with James. He's great. I think he's going to make a new album. So his Twitter account is very funny. Have you read his tweets? Check James Blunt's Twitter account out. It's so funny. He's a very funny guy.
So plans to come back with James, because you're coming back with next year with Robbie. Plans with
At the moment, all I know is nothing's advertised. There's talk of Robbie doing some dates next year, which would be fantastic. James is making a new album, I think, all this year, so I don't think he'll probably do some promo, but there's nothing concrete. It's a bit of an open playing field, but hopefully Robbie will be doing a few shows. But this year I've got quite a few different. I'm playing with Feeder. We're headlining the Isle of Wight Festival, which is going to be great. I'm off to America with James to do the Invictus Games, which will be great. And then got a show in Georgia, I think, with Robbie Williams, somewhere like that. So there's plenty going on. There's lots of different things happening. It's quite nice. The variety's great. But I would have thought I'll be touring at some stage next year. So you have to come again.
Yeah, I was telling you this now. So
We're not playing football.
no football. Okay, we're going to eat good pasta. You come with me, and I'll take you to Italian coffee, Italian pasta.
I'm going to go and get some pasta now. You're making me hungry.
Well, but we take you to good restaurants, and we know in Italy.
I'm buying.
So thanks a lot to Karl Brazil for Planet Drum, and see you next time.
See you later. Thanks for having me. Right. Cheers.